Okay. So I want to ask you a question concerning your relationship with the governor.
Yeah.
I want to have an insight into how it was working with him for the number of years that you've done, 8 years, and how you reacted when you realized that he was not in support based on the relationship you've had with him. Just give us an insight. That would help us understand what is going on.
Yeah, it's when I discovered that the governor had his own plan separately from supporting me, my take is that I will not fight. I made up my mind I will not fight. I don't want to repeat the mistake of Oshomole. And so I said I was not going to fight, and whatever it is, I will leave it in table. What I just did was to go on my knee and ask God, should I proceed on this journey? And I need signs to proceed. And one of the signs was that, let me continue to beg the governor. Let me use others to talk to the governor. If he persists, if he continues to do what he's doing negatively, it shows that you want me to contest. If you stop, that means you don't want me to contest. And the attack continues. So I was convinced. Because I asked, those two signs I asked from God, I said, with kind of relationship I've had with this man, with the kind of sacrifice I've made, the sacrifice of supporting the election is what people see, but the sacrifice inside government is complete, is even more in terms of what I've been able to go through, what I've been able to, even personal earnings. I had to leave it. You see, I had to be the fool to allow the system work. And I made up my mind to be the fool in the system, even in the mix of intimidation, harassment, and even personal, when I mean personal, official entitlement.
You push it
aside. You won't believe that in 8 years, only one jeep for a deputy governor, one.
In 8 years?
In 8 years, one. Just one.
How many days also have?
No. The convoy of the governor and the deputy governor is an official thing. And because of the security implication of the two offices, it's an office. The office of the governor is one. Deputy governor, and same structure. But it was a blessing. For me, I saw it as a blessing that I have some vehicles already. So if government are giving this vehicle, this other one will be changing battery or something. So for me, I adjusted and brought in mine, and even bought Belgian vehicles to support.
Okay.
But these are not little ones. There are a lot of sacrifice. But the good news is that I was able to manage till I now decided to contest.
So talking about clarification, many times we've seen, as lay people, we see this constant, fight between a governor and a deputy governor intending to be governor. And so my question is, as politicians, don't you put it into consideration and ask for a written agreement? Was there ever an agreement like that? Is it a gentleman's agreement? Or is it through the course of, being in governance, you decide, oh, no, I want to do this?
There's no written agreement. And in politics, really, it's difficult to just sit down and say you're writing something that will happen 4 years. You see, Edo State, we started, if you must talk about now, you must talk about 2006, 2007, under Comrade and Social. Because all of us were in the same net. We came with the mantra, no to godfatherism. Let's take government back to the people.
Okay.
And that was what brought all of us together to say, we are going to Edo to change it. Because then the Comrade governor told us that the only way money can be available for infrastructural development is when you take out the godfathers and bring money, that the money you use in servicing them, bring it to the center, which was completely true. I used the word, said these old people are like a Chevrolet, 1 kilometer, 200 gallons, or So we went on that matter, and I believe in it seriously, all of us. So that is how we came into governance, taking government back to the people, and let's work. So in terms of coming together to say, this is the next, the other one will follow, there was no conversation like that. But we believe that for us to continue what we started, somebody within the system must continue. That is something in quote that is there. And for me, really, ambitious, I'm not an ambitious person. But I'm somebody that believes that certain things must be done rightly. And when people say I'm bishop, I'm not. I was in my comfort zone when I was drafted to become deputy governor. I was not jobless when I was asked to become deputy governor. I was doing very well in the House of Representatives. In fact, it took a lot of my followers to beg me to become deputy governor. They persuaded me to be deputy governor. I was not comfortable with it because my political line was just to be a messenger, speak for the people. As former president of NAS, that hot blood now, those activism. That's what. But when I was asked to be deputy governor, when the thing came, I saw it as God's design. And what I've met in the system, I thank God that I took that opportunity to be deputy governor, because what I've seen in the executive arm, there was no way I would have seen it in the legislative arm. And the number of people I've been able to affect positively is huge.
Okay.
So I am bothered about the method of being, I don't want to fight, being, is it lenient?
Complicit?
At this time, in the face of things, because I understand the deputy governor, the little political science and law that I understand, it's an elected office. It's constitutionally provided for. Yeah. And if you consider the governor a principal, is when you do this. But if you consider your office an existing legally recognized office, you'll be in court demanding, compelling orders to compel him to do the needful. So it just doesn't sit well. Maybe as an Edo Gesha, this fight is in that you didn't fight.
Yeah.
How do you think the Edo people received this method that you chose, or is it just within your circle
peaceful method
that you're encouraged?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were shocked because they know me to be a fighter. They know me to be a fighter, and suddenly they saw I'm receiving bashing from all ends. I'm even telling my people, don't reply. The reason is that I'm an experienced politician. I know I'm going to win the primaries. And when I win the primaries, I will need all of them, including the governor. So if I start fighting him now and I get the ticket, he will not support me. He will now we will now start solving the issues of what I said when I was fighting him.
Yeah.
And so my strategy is that even if he slapped me in public, just like they did in the church, I went to greet him, he refused.
We're going there.
No problem. No Allah. I'm no verse, I'll move. So my strategy was just there. And people actually misunderstood that strategy. Some even thought I've given up, I will not contest the election until I declared.
I like this Emiloko thing that you're talking about.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.